Okay, we have meeting minutes from.
Would you like me to take roll? Mr.
Yeah, go
Hilsinger?
ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Mr. Hilsinger?
Yes.
Mr. Elliott? Mr. Ballard?
Here.
Mr. Cunningham?
Here.
Mr. Sneed? Mr. Sneed, you're muted.
How's that?
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
So the only one we're missing is Keith.
I don't see Mr. Lawler either, so we have 5 right now.
We have 5. Okay, that's
Yes.
what I thought. Okay. Okay. Then we'll go on to meeting minutes from August 22nd. Need a motion to accept.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Nothing under meeting summaries, nothing under status sheet, no committee reports. So we'll go to new business first, consideration, PC 24-22 R&B Rising Star Development Center.
Good evening, commissioners. Before you have PC 24-22 R&B Rising Star Development Center LLC. This is a request for a C.U.P. in R3. The tract size is a 3.24 acre site in the south side of Redman Road, approximately 900 feet west of Bellefontaine Road. So as you can see from the context map, we're in North County in Spanish Lake. On the right, you can see the site outlined in red right off of Redman Road. Here's a larger aerial. You can see that the predominantly the area is made up of single family homes, but on this stretch of Redman Road, we have a mixture of institutional, kind of educational and religious uses. So here's the preliminary site development plan. You can see the proposed use will be in that larger structure, but there's also a former parishioner's office on the southwest corner of the site as well. So for the recommended site development plan revisions, the department has determined that 3 curb cuts from Redman Road is inappropriate. We've recommended that at least one of those should be closed with a special preference for the easternmost spurred entry point. And we'd also recommend front yard landscaping per the zoning ordinance. The department is recommending for an approval for this conditional use permit. We find that first and foremost, the proposed use is permitted via C.U.P procedure, but the daycare and educational uses align with existing religious and educational uses on the corridor. We find that the daycare expands educational opportunities for youth, and that also promotes occupational opportunities for their guardians to admirable qualities. Site-specific conditions, which were delineated earlier, close at least one of the northern entrances from Redman Road, and provide a front buffer yard per landscaping regulations. And this is being presented as a letter of decision tonight. So I would request a motion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a motion?
I make a motion for approval. I'll second.
Okay, discussion, anyone? Seeing no one, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it 5-0, and that goes along with the letter then. Then we'll go to old business letters for approval. First item, PC 22 Robert Diestelkamp.
So we have brought before you a letter of recommendation consistent with the commission's recommendation of denial from the August 22nd executive meeting. We did receive some correspondence from the petitioner today indicating that they have installed some landscaping abutting the site. However, the question before the commission isn't about adequate landscaping at this time. So the staff recommendation has not changed. The letter of recommendation before you tonight was altered to include some of that clarifying language about the expansion of Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery. But other than that is consistent with the commission's actions from late August.
Yeah, I was like to make a note. I was forwarded correspondence from the petitioner as well, and in taking that under advisement. So we need a motion on the letter.
I'll make a motion for approval of denial.
Okay. Thanks, Bill. We have a second
I'll second.
discussion. Anyone? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it 5-0. And we'll go on, well, we already did R&B Rising Stars, so old business, nothing. So all we have is what, a site plan?
We have 2 correspondence items and 1 site plan.
Okay, we'll do the first correspondence, PC 43-19 Delmar Gardens of Meramec Valley.
Good evening. This is PC 43-19. The petitioner is Delmar Gardens of Meramec Valley Incorporation, requesting extension of time to submit a site development plan. The site is 16.09 acres in extent and located in northwest side of Gravoy Road, approximately 375 feet southwest of Gravoy Place, and bordered to the south by the Jefferson County line. And from the context map, you can see that the site is located in the very edge of the South County, and the aerial image shows the property. This is a larger aerial for your reference. As per the conditional use permit number 969, a nursing home and group home for elderly users are allowed on this site. Site development plan must be filed with the planning department for review and approval within 18 months of the effective days of the C.U.P. that date being July 7th, 2020. However, the developer stated that due to COVID-19 pandemic, staff shortages and other issues caused a delay in planning and designing of the project. So the developer has submitted a site development plan, which is currently under review, but was not approved before the time limits for submission or approval passed. Therefore, the department is recommending approval of this request.
Okay, the motion is, the item is for they're requesting a hold or
They're requesting
extended time.
an extension of time, yes.
Yeah.
Also, Mr. Taylor has joined the meeting.
Okay,
Sorry I'm late.
do you want to explain yourself?
Yeah, my better half and I finally got married last Wednesday, so I've been on a
Congratulations.
extended honeymoon.
Okay,
Congrats.
good for you. Okay, we need a motion to extend the time.
I'll make a motion for extension of time.
Do we have a second?
Second motion.
Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it 6-0. And the other correspondence is PC 31-83 Ronnie's Enterprises.
Good evening. As you recall, PC 31-83 Ronnie's Enterprises is requesting an amendment to C8 Ordinance 11,072 as amended, which governs 25.6 acres on the north side of Lindbergh Boulevard and west side of Baptist Church Road. Their request is to amend the permitted uses to include a fast food restaurant with a drive-through. So as you recall, this site is in South County, and there you can see it outlined in red on the aerial. From this larger aerial, you can see some of the surrounding commercial development at Lindbergh and Baptist Church Road. Here's the preliminary site development plan. The proposed tenant is 7 Brew, a fast food beverage restaurant. It is drive-through only, and there is no walk-up order window. The petitioner indicated that there isn't a traditional ordering station. Rather, employees would be in the lanes taking orders, similar to a Chick-fil-A. So on this site plan, you can see the building as well as the 2 drive-through lanes. The commission voted to hold this request at the previous executive meeting for more information about shade and heat structures for employees. So the petitioner submitted these additional exhibits. This one shows the proposed shade canopies. There's one at the front of the building that covers the drive-through lanes, and a second at the back to cover the remote cooler. And then this shows the heater locations. I would note that looking at this exhibit, Lindbergh Boulevard would be on the top of it. It's flipped around from the previous 2 exhibits. But they're showing 3 heaters, one at the main circulation door, a second by the drive-through lane, and then the third one is by the remote cooler. These are also the preliminary architectural elevations that have been submitted. And the department continuing to recommend approval of this request. We find it's a reasonable expansion of the permitted uses at the site, and that the use is compatible with other uses along South Lindbergh Boulevard. We are also recommending we bring the landscape requirements in the C8 ordinance into conformity with the current minimum landscaping regulations. We've added conditions requiring shade structures and heaters in locations as approved on the site development plan, and we have added the requirement for architectural review, including the recommendation for fully clad in brickstone or other high quality materials. So at this time, I would like to request a motion.
Okay, what's your pleasure? Anyone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion for a hold again, pending a discussion of this proposal.
Okay, do we have a second for the hold?
I second it.
Okay, Bill, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, could we go back to the plan that showed the shade and that? It was my thought or understanding that they will be taking orders way before they get to the window to pick it up. This shade areas that are in yellow doesn't do anything to help the people who are out there taking orders where all the other arrows are. So my question is, they're putting up some shade to protect the people to get their food, but I'm not real sure how they're protecting, which is what our whole issue was. I don't know how they're protecting the employees from inclement weather in terms of winter or summer.
Okay. Anyone else want to add?
So we can reach out to the petitioner and get further clarification on, where employees who are outside of the building would be if they'd be out from under these canopies as shown. Is that what you're referring to, Mr. Sneed? If they were at
Yes,
the
it is.
beginning of the stacking lanes?
Yes, it is, because if it's done like Chick-fil-A,
They're
they're
deep.
taking orders 5, 6, 8 cars behind the pickup window.
Yeah, they've
And I-
got multiple stations out there they're taking orders from.
Mhm.
Right, multiple. Right,
What does Chick-fil-A do?
they have,
Theirs might be a little bit more temporary in nature, but
well,
I
they
haven't
could
seen one
be,
in a
they
while.
could be,
Mhm.
because they weren't approved at a time when people were doing that.
Mhm.
I assume the county approved the temporary ones. It wasn't approved when
Originally
they were,
developed. Mhm.
yeah, right. When the buildings were built, nothing was approved for that. But I think they realized that their employees need to be protected in inclement weather.
I think that's why it was brought up, because
Yeah.
they do have the canopies sitting out at different locations. I know Chick-fil-A at Clarkson and Clayton, they're set up like that, right around the corner there. And probably each and every one of these Chick-fil-A's are about the same way, depending on how busy they are.
I know the one on Hampton and Chippewa is that way, or near
Yeah.
Chippewa.
Okay,
I don't
I
see
think
how this really addresses the
You know,
issue
I-
that we had.
These extreme hot summers we've had and the lack of amount of people they can get to help, they're
mhm.
trying to make it as comfortable as possible for the employees outside.
They will have no menu board. Is that correct?
I think there would be a menu board, but it wouldn't be with a loudspeaker as well. It'd be sort of one of those
Okay.
free menu boards. Abby, is that your understanding?
Yes.
I think we can certainly ask the petitioner for that additional information and
Thank
bring this to you at the next September executive meeting.
Anybody else have anything? If not, we have a motion to hold and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it 6-0. And site plan PC 05-22, Mehlville School District R9.
Before you have PC 05-22, Mehlville School District R9, it's Zone Z8 Plan Commercial, and a 4.03 acre tract, the southeast of Lemay Ferry Road, approximately 547 feet east of Will Avenue. So as you may remember, this is in South County, and you can see on the right from the aerial. Here's a larger aerial looking at Lemay Ferry Road. So just as a reminder, as you may recall, the primary structure addressed by this site development plan, it was a former medical office proposed to be primarily used as an administrative office. They're proposing retention of the existing structure with minor changes to parking, the rear entrance, front entrance, and a generator. You can see all of those proposed changes and adaptations outlined in those red ovals. The generator is that rectangular figure in the north, east corner of the administrative building. So here are architectural elevations. and the department is recommending an approval and would like to request a motion.
Okay, we need a motion.
I'll make a motion for approval.
Second
We
that
have a
motion.
second. Discussion?
Will we get architectural review on this since it's C8?
Yes, so this is your, if you go back one, Peter, they're not proposing changes, so these elevations reflect the existing style
But I
of the
mean,
building.
The architectural review goes beyond just the building, doesn't it? I mean, it's the whole plan of what they're going to do on the site.
Yeah, so that's this part of the procedure. That's what's happening right now. So it's
Okay.
all essentially existing except for, like Peter was saying, that generator and a couple entrances, but this is the commission's approval.
Okay, but we'll get architectural review of the final plan.
This is the final plan.
Okay. It just seems to me like we have a totally different kind of review for C8 property. And even
Yeah.
though they're not doing anything specific with the building, there are other things they're doing to the site that's very difficult to see on this type of plan. I'm sure they're going to have greater architectural plans than this to build it.
Well, you're not seeing parking
Right.
changes, rear entrance changes, the front entrance, where the
This-
generator's
But
going.
this building exists.
I understand that.
I suppose I'm not maybe understanding your question. If you approve this today, the planning commission wouldn't see this again. This is your opportunity to approve the site development plan and the architectural elevations.
When was the last time this was brought to us?
So the public hearing would have been near the beginning of the year. The public hearing was in February and this commission forwarded their decision mid-March. The commission, or excuse me, the county council, I think, did hold it for a little while. So it was at the council phase for into late May. And then over the summer, the department has been reviewing the site development plan to make sure it adheres to that new C8 ordinance. And now that we have reviewed it to determine it meets the conditions of the ordinance, we're bringing it back for the commission's approval.
We're not seeing any landscaping as well.
I'm sorry, Wayne, what'd you say?
I said we're not seeing any kind of landscaping.
No.
Was there a separate landscape sheet, Peter?
Yeah, I believe so. Not in this presentation. though.
Not in the PowerPoint.
I withdraw my motion for approval.
Okay, is that okay with the second?
Yeah, but I'd just like to ask a question. When we go back to in person
Mhm.
and we look at our site plans like this, most of the time we'll look at these site plans before the meeting,
Yes.
and everything will be there, the whole blueprint,
Got it.
so we can take a look at it. Because
Mhm.
in that way, we're not having this discussion.
I do agree. It's easier looking at the plans in that sort of side room like we used to. So
Okay.
we can certainly do that again.
Okay, well, the motion's been withdrawn. We want to put a hold on this.
I would make a motion for a hold until we get a plan that we can review and approve.
Okay, do we have a second to that?
I'll second it.
Does further discussion, anyone?
So we will bring the physical plan because our next meeting is the first in-person meeting. So we will bring this physical plan and, you know, look at it together in the side conference room, just like we used to do, if that.
Is
if
it,
how
is
the
it, yeah,
commission-
but is it, let me ask you, is it possible somebody's there that they can pull it out right now and?
I
flip
have
through
it
real
on,
quick?
opened up on my computer, but I'm not actually sure if the landscaping sheet is part of this. So,
I mean, because if it's in there and we can look at it and
Right.
and Bill can look at it and see what we have
I
there,
agree. Yeah, I agree.
then we could get it approved if it was there.
Yeah, this does a couple good things for the school district.
Yeah,
They desperately need the space, but it also gets that central office staff off the high school campus.
mhm.
And I think we all agree with that, Wayne. I certainly do.
Yeah,
And I would like to approve it, but it looks like our here has not provided the site plan. It's a preliminary site plan. It really doesn't provide a site plan that I'm comfortable with approving.
I agree with that. I don't have a problem with that.
So we will bring it back at the next meeting, if that is what the
That-
commission would like.
Okay.
well, let me ask this question. If to bring the plans to the next meeting
Mhm.
and we approve it tonight, but Bill looks at that and any of the other members look at it and see something's wrong with it, can we stop what's going on at the time?
If you approved it tonight,
Yes. With the contingency that if, you know, we see something and it's not right, what we thought it was supposed to be, we could stop it.
I
know
think
that's
it
not-
would probably be better to just wait then,
Okay.
if that's a concern.
I think we're done if we pass it tonight.
Right,
Okay.
because, they, depending on what else they had under review, they might be able to pull permits.
Keith, are you aware of any time frame that they have to
Oh, I'm
meet,
not.
or-
I'm not. I'm just,
'Cause I don't want to hold this up if we don't have to. I'm just, you know.
that's why I was kind of maybe looking at our chairman Wayne, if he knew if it needed to be done.
No, I could certainly find out.
You know, if it needs to be done right away, can we have a
Special meeting.
special meeting?
The chairman can
Apologize,
call.
I know
We're
there
meeting
is a
next week,
landscape
aren't we?
plan. It would be the 26th, so it would be in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
If the commission wanted to call another special executive meeting to look at this, you know, that the commission could do that as well.
Right.
Well, why don't we do that if they have it prior to the 26th? We could do a special quick one. If not, we'll do it on the 26th.
Okay.
It's up to them.
And the plan indicates that there is a landscape sheet. It just seems to have gotten disconnected, so.
Okay.
I think, so if we can get the assembled site plan, I will email everyone on the planning commission, and if you'd want to hold another meeting before the 26th, we could facilitate that.
Yeah, that's
Is
fine.
that, okay,
If that's agreeable with
if
everyone.
that, right,
Yep.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, so we have a motion for a hold. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, 6-0. And go to the order.
So I prepared 2 fourth quarter meeting schedules. So the one on the left is sort of the pattern we've been following, which is essentially an every other week sort of meeting schedule. The one on the right is written per what the commission's bylaws say right now, which is an executive meeting on the first Monday, a public hearing on the second Monday, and then the ability to call for additional executive meetings as needed. So we prepared 2 schedules. If the commission prefers one over the other, we can adopt that schedule.
Okay, commissioners, what's your choice?
I like the old schedule, Wayne. I guess that'd be the one on the right.
I agree. I think that works better.
Anyone else? Is that okay with everybody?
Okay with me.
That works fine with me.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you just go from here with that, or?
Yeah, I will send this back out in a confirmational sort of email.
And we can certainly do a Zoom if we have something that's urgent.
Right. So, looking at October, if the commission wanted to put another virtual executive meeting on the calendar, we can certainly do that.
Okay,
Mel, I have one question. My memory's not really good. The previous or the last schedule we had is on the right. Was our public meeting the week following the executive meeting? The public meeting?
It's so different from when I started. I do
I
think
don't think it was. Yeah.
I think it fluctuated.
I think it did
depending-
fluctuate sort of depending on how
I mean,
many
at one
petitions
time
and
we had
such.
a public meeting almost every week.
Exactly, right.
Right,
So,
as needed.
And so that both meeting types could be added to this schedule. But on the right, if the commission,
Right.
wanted to
Okay.
hold
So
one.
that public hearing, the second week is not written in stone.
right. Okay, that's great.
Okay, so I will send this schedule on the right out to everyone to make sure that we're all looking at the same schedule.
So
Fantastic.
just to be clear, are you saying that the public hearing and the executive meeting can be held on the same day?
They could still be. So
be.
if we
But-
have an executive meeting on October the 3rd and there are matters that could be, moved along on October the 10th, we could still put another meeting on there.
Okay, so you said that is a
But it's-
possibility.
Yeah,
If you've got just a few items, there's no reason for commissioners to come in for that or staff to stay over for it.
Understood.
yeah, the flexibility is there, but Lou, the way I read it is that this would be the norm, what you're seeing on the right.
Understood.
Okay.
That is
And that's
the
our
only,
old schedule.
right. I believe that the one on the right is how the commission traditionally met, essentially pre-pandemic.
Which worked out fine.
Right.
Okay, if everybody's in agreement, then,
I will forward this to everyone.
okay, great.
Thank you.
And that's the only item I have for the good of the order, except that we have a public hearing in half an hour as well.
Okay,
Okay,
and with that, we need a motion to adjourn.
make a motion to adjourn.
We have a second
Second.
discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Both ayes have it 6-0. And we'll see everybody in 26 minutes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.